So I have owned a couple of keyboards over my time using a computer, and one thing that I never had was a mechanical keyboard. So being happy with what I had already, I embarked on the journey to find the cheapest, absolute crappiest mechanical keyboard I could find. Hold and behold, I found one on Amazon. Where else would you find stuff? I found one for 16 Great British pounds. Well, let's talk about just that. Right, so this is the box it comes in. It's a keyboard, it's mechanical, uses switches, obviously mechanical switches. They are blue switches, so they are absolutely as loud as you want them to be. We also have some RGB. This is quite deceptive. It looks like they have different RGBs, and they do. It's just not per key basis. It's more of a per row basis. So you have last 6 different RGB colors. You have 9 ways of displaying those colors, but that's not quite why we are here. I bought this for the mechanical feeling, so I'll give you a very quick demonstration of what that feels like. Now that you know how absolutely annoying the sound might be, it is now time to consider what are the pros and cons of buying such a inexpensive mechanical keyboard. First, we have to look at the build quality. The main thing that comes up to mind is obviously the quality of the switches and the quality of the caps that are put on those switches. And when we look closer, we see that the caps are not quite a finished product, are they? Because at the very base of each key, you find some small bits of plastic that feel quite sharp if you go and tinker with them. Not that you would feel them normally. You don't normally go underneath each key just to feel them before you type. It is what it is. You can swap the keycap. That's something nice about it. I don't think you can switch the actual keys. I think at this price point you shouldn't really be looking into that. By the time you go and buy more switches, you probably can buy a completely new keyboard that has the switches that you want. The body of the keyboard is made of plastic and it's fairly sturdy. I would not be able to snap it in half if I didn't try. As I said, there are 9 different RGB scenes that you can use. The way to cycle through them, you can increase or decrease the brightness depending on your needs. Last thing you want is to blind yourself in the darkness when you're playing, I don't know, Genshin Impact. My one comes in a black version, as you already have seen, and I will leave a link to it in the description below. So how would I rate it? I have never owned a mechanical keyboard. Do I really have credentials to say anything about it? Yes, I think I do. Just because it's different from what I already use. I can tell you that it's definitely more tactile. Key travel is not quite as significant, even because the keyboard I used before was a great keyboard and I really like typing on it, but I just wanted to try the feeling of a mechanical keyboard. And switching over, I can tell you that going back to a membrane keyboard after trying a mechanical keyboard is quite weird. Every key feels very mushy. And if you use the HP Omen, which is the computer feature on my channel, then you know that the keys feel quite tactile, which really just goes out of the window as soon as you swap from the mechanical keyboard. It's just a whole different universe. If you like annoying your neighbors, if you like to annoy the housemaid that you have around who hates any abnormal sounds, then you have found the perfect keyboard or the perfect switch. It's just MX blue switches, which are not the ones installed here. They are a replica of any blue switches you may have heard of. They sound okay, I think. It's quite loud, but it's quite okay. It's a nice sound, let's be honest. Come on. So if you're on a budget and you really want a mechanical keyboard to type away in whatever thing you do every day, then this is an amazing option. Alright, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.